How many of you in this room honestly believe that there's a chance you might be overpaying for, say, car insurance? Just, whoa, okay, it's a lot of you. Okay, let me ask a quick follow-up to that question, if I may. How many of you in this room have read your car insurance policies cover to cover? Okay, about 8 of you. Okay, I think I'm seeing the parallel here. See, most of you know you're overpaying for car insurance, yet none of you have read the policies. Now, why is that? You've tried to read them, haven't you? But why would you? It's too boring. You'd never understand it. Why is that? Well, let me give you a little bit of insight. An insurance policy is a contract that has been drafted by who? Lawyers who are hired by who? The insurance companies. Written specifically in a language that they knew you would never understand. That you would never be so bored that you would even try to pick up and read. Because if you're in the dark, so to speak, on what the insurance policy actually is saying, you're lost. Whose advice do you got to take? Theirs. Translation, the less you know, the more you will pay. I don't know what I'm doing. I better take the agent's advice. How are they paid? Commission. Now, are they bad people? No, they're just selling you what their company has trained them to sell you. My point is, if you're going to be spending money on this stuff, doesn't it make sense to educate yourself a little bit on the subject of insurance? I got my insurance licenses. I don't sell insurance, though. I just knew I was going to be spending a lot of money on insurance. I wanted to know what I was doing. So we put together a program to help you educate yourself on insurance. We want to review your insurance, take a look at your insurance policies, figure out where we can help you save some money. Debt reduction and credit control. Getting out of debt, staying out of debt for the rest of your life, using the right strategies, building up your credit score. Those people with the best credit will always get the best rate on financing, and the rich will continue to get richer. We'll talk more about that. Buying power. When 1.5 million people get together, does it make sense that we don't pay the same price for things as you might as an individual? Is that logical to everyone? Can you buy sugar cheaper by the ton than you can by the cube? Obviously, we take full advantage of that. You'll see the benefits before I'm done. Tax preparation and tax planning. Taxes represent your largest lifetime expenditure. That's where most of your money is going. Yet, what do most people know about taxes? I'm hearing nothing. All they know for sure is they'll never see 30, 40, 50% of their paycheck, right? Yet we all know there are people out there who are making millions of dollars paying less in taxes every single year than you are. Why is that? Because they're using different strategies. We're going to talk about some of those same strategies here this evening. Investment planning. How do we take our savable, investable dollars and go out there and generate a decent return without taking a lot of big risks, without paying a lot of sales commissions in the process? I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And finally, estate planning. You can spend an entire lifetime putting together a phenomenal net worth, but if when you die, the government comes in and takes 65, 75% of what it took you that lifetime to amass, it doesn't do you any good. So we're going to talk about how you can preserve that using simple tools, wills, trust, durable power of attorneys, etc. I will tell you this. You take a look at those 6 areas, you put together a financial plan that addresses each one of those. I don't care who you are, you cannot help but do a much better job. We're talking about a significant quantifiable difference in each and every one of those areas. And as a result of using strategies, your life begins to change a little bit. You're saving money in taxes. You're saving money on the debt. Saving money on insurances every single year. From this point forward, 17% won't change. But look at this. This is kind of interesting. We've got a new category here. 3% for your education. How many of you believe in the power of education? I know it's silly to even ask you people. You're all here, for heaven's sakes. But clearly, you've heard the old saying, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. I got to tell you, this is no joke. Last night, had my 8-year-old son, and I was going over this with him. Some of the slides as I was preparing, and I said, give a man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for, and I stopped. And he goes, week? And I don't know why, it just struck me as something. It was so funny. We both laughed for about 10 minutes. But obviously, you feed them for a life. We are in the business, because of these financial formulas and these strategies, teaching people how to become self-sufficient, teaching people how to become fishermen. And now, because of the right strategies in place, Getting rid of all the financial mistakes, overpaying mistakes, we now have 20% left over for us to save and invest. Imagine taking 20% of every dollar you earn, putting that aside long term, and into an investment vehicle that'll double every 5 years or so. Do you remember earlier, Tom was up here, he talked about the rule of 72? The power of compounding interest, the triple compounding effect. Well, guess what? You're going to get up close and personal with that because now you're going to experience that on an ongoing basis. And take a look at that. It looks a little different, doesn't it? And your life picture begins to dramatically change. Same 20 years on your education, that's not going to change. But here's where things look a little different. 25 years working. There's no